92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
Lydia, before you go out on a date, do you have one of your friends on standby to call you or text you in the middle of it in case you want to get out of the date? Oh, there's an emergency. I gotta go.
I'm still laughing because you think that dating was a regular common thing for me. I have patterns or something. Not I went on 3 dates in my life, which is more the truth.
You were just going, I never want this date to end because I don't know when the next one will come. But I've heard of people doing that. I've never done it myself.
I have.
You've done that?
There's a secret code word. I text you banana, you got to call me right away.
You should have asked Jose in the first place. He's more feminine than I am.
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
And he goes out with a lot of terrible people. So, anyway, that's what I think happened to the guy in today's second date update, Jared, who's on the phone with us right now. Jared, how are you?
Hey, I'm doing okay. How are you guys doing?
Good. Why don't you explain to everybody what happened?
We basically met on an online dating site.
Mm-hmm.
Her name's Melissa, and, we kind of chatted on there for a little bit, and we decided to go out to dinner. So, I went to pick her up, and she wasn't quite ready, so I went up to her apartment. It was really nice. It was nice furniture and art on the walls, and it smelled like vanilla, you know what I mean? It was just
how much did you check out her place?
Yeah, were you taking video and you rewatched it later?
No, but you walk in and you kind of sum it up a little bit, because if you walk in and it's a hellhole, then you're like, oh my gosh, what have I gotten myself into?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
So how was dinner with her, though?
I thought it went well. We talked a lot. It wasn't like we were sitting there awkwardly staring at each other with nothing to talk about. But right before we got our entrees, she got a phone call.
Mm-hmm.
And she was like, excuse me really quick, I have to take this. So she comes back and she's like, I'm so sorry, that was work. There's an emergency. I have to leave now.
And there it is. That's the part of your email that made me think that she had someone call to try to get out of the date.
Because that's always the excuse. My excuse is a
guys.
huge emergency.
We're so cynical.
What does she do for a living? Does she do something that's really important, or she would have an emergency that she would have to leave before even eating her food?
She's an attorney, so,
Okay.
They don't do anything important, do they?
Come on. I had 2 parents for attorneys, and trust me, they stood me up for a lot of dates. Okay? A lot of science fairs missed.
So Lydia knows about this firsthand. Yeah. All right. She could just be busy then. I could be wrong.
it was a little bit mysterious, but I was just like, okay, if it's really an emergency, it's all good. We can do it again. She said, I really want to do this again. So I understood. I was disappointed.
You feel like she was telling the truth, though?
Yeah. I think I have a pretty good, read on that. So I felt like she was telling the truth.
It would have been nice if she at least stayed for the meal.
Yeah.
Well, if you really wanted to bail, why wouldn't she have just, waited till the entrees got there, finished the meal, and then left? You know what I mean?
That's a good point.
Yeah. So it was really abrupt and all of a sudden, and I didn't think I said anything offensive or anything to make her get up.
Yeah.
And part of the reason you date is for the food.
Yeah. I don't care how bad the date's going. A free meal is a free meal. Tough it out.
Right. Yeah. And I also, because I drove, I offered to pay for a cab, and she refused that too. So.
Whoa.
I guess I'd just be really surprised if she wasn't telling the truth, because she seemed like a straight shooter and pretty genuine. So, I guess in the brief time that I talked to her, it just didn't seem like her character.
All right, well, we're going to play a song, come back, call her, and get your second date update, all right?
Okay.
All right, man, hang on.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
If you're just joining us for the second date update, Jared is on the phone with us. Jared's date left before even eating dinner.
Oh, man.
She got a phone call, said she had a work emergency, had to cut out real quick. He even offered her cab fare because he picked her up. And she's like, no, I don't need the money. I just got to get out of here. I got to go handle some work stuff. But I'd love to see you again. He hasn't heard from her since. Now, Jared, I was thinking about it. And the fact that she didn't eat her food, and also the fact that she wouldn't have accepted cab fare from you, shows two things. Either she really did have an emergency, or she really hates you. You really did something to screw up on the date.
I hope she's not lying to me, but I don't know. You guys got me thinking a little bit now.
No, Jared, I want you to stick with your instinct. Let's not be bitter on the show. Let's be optimistic that there are good people who tell the truth.
I don't like trying new things. All right. I didn't ask you before. How many times have you tried to get a hold of her?
I've called her twice and texted her once, I think.
All right. That's not bad.
Yeah, not at all.
Okay. We're going to call her right now, get her on the phone,
Okay.
and see if we can get an answer.
Okay.
Hello,
Hi, is Melissa there?
this is she.
Hey, Melissa, how are you? This is Jubal from Brook and Jubal in the Morning on Moving 92.5.
Okay. Why are you calling?
You recently went out on a date with one of our listeners. His name is Jared.
Uh-huh. And you know about this?
I do, because he emailed us and wanted us to get a hold of you because you won't return his calls. And he told us about the date. He didn't go into like in-depth detail or personal detail. He just said that you left in the middle of the date for a work phone call and said you'd like to go out again, but never responded to him. So my theory was you faked the work phone call and just wanted to get out of the date.
That's not my theory, though. I think you're a good person and you really had to work.
Well, thanks. Why does this matter? I don't understand.
Did you fake the phone call?
It's kind of my own personal deal.
I mean, can you tell us something, like anything? Because you kind of left Jared hanging with nothing.
Here's the deal. We met online. I don't know if he told you that. And especially for a woman, it can be a little weird. And I like to protect myself. So I have my brother call, to kind of find out if things are going well or not. So I usually set up a time in advance that he knows when to call. If it's going really well, then I'm like, it's great. And I go back to the date. But if it's not, then I'll leave the date.
I knew it.
And he picks you up.
So your brother called you and you weren't having fun with Jared, were you?
I don't know. He's sort of a creep. I'll be honest.
What did he do that was creepy? He sounds like a nice dude to me. I talked to him. But I'm a creep. So,
From one to another.
yeah, I might not notice those things. What did he do to you that was so creepy?
When we were driving over to the restaurant and while we were having our appetizers and stuff, he started asking me about my feminine hygiene products.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like, which ones you use?
Like, asking me about, because he's a guy, he wasn't sure, how you know what kind to get and how they work and kind of if he should have some at his house for the women he's dating.
That is weird. You're right. That is a creepy conversation to have with a woman on a first date.
And if Jubal's creeped out, that says a lot.
And I've been with girls for long periods of time. I don't like having that conversation with them after 4 years.
Yeah, exactly. But he's super curious. There's different sizes, so do you test them out?
That
Know which one is the right one to use?
Oh, come on, dude.
nasty.
Is there a certain test
Hey, Melissa, can you hold on for 1 second, just real quick?
Okay.
I have to ask a question of Jared, because Jared is actually on the phone listening. Jared,
Oh my God.
you can just Google that. You realize that, right?
Yeah.
Wow. Oh my God.
Yeah. Hi, Melissa.
Jared, why would you ever think that's appropriate first date conversation?
I don't know. I'm a dude. I just don't know these things. You know what I mean? It's just, I don't know. I was just really nervous. I don't know. She's really pretty, and I was really excited about it. So I was just I don't know.
So you asked about that?
Here's the thing. First of all, that's the worst conversation. I've never had a guy I've ever dated that ever even wanted to talk about those products, see those products, have anything to do with those products, because they don't even want to think about why you're using those products.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's I don't know. Have you never had a girlfriend before?
Well, no. I've been in a long-distance relationship for the past few years, and recently we broke up, so I haven't dated in a while.
And you decided to bust out that talk on a first date.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, a part of me was curious because, like I said, I'm a guy and I have no idea how this stuff, you know what I mean? It's just
Yeah.
But
something I don't
why-
know about.
I don't even want to know how they work.
I don't know.
I just
so embarrassed. I feel I'm absolutely mortified right now.
maybe you shouldn't have called the radio.
Well, listen, Melissa, I really like you. I don't know. It's something about you. I just really like you, and I just felt like I messed it up somehow, and I really,
Yeah.
genuinely
did.
disappointed.
You know, when people get nervous, Jared, they might hiccup
Yeah.
or talk too quickly, or I don't
You
know.
also still have to understand, I just got out of a long-term relationship, and I just haven't been on, dates like this and, literally.
Yeah, I feel like that's not a good excuse,
No,
Jared. I
get
just
out
think
there. Common
Yeah,
sense,
that's
dude.
the
Common
honest truth.
sense.
I don't care if it's not a good excuse or not. That's the honest truth. So I don't know what else to say except I'm sorry.
Did you?
I might have or probably did screw something up that I was genuinely excited about.
And
So,
Melissa, would you like to go out with Jared again? He thinks you're funny. He thinks you're smart. He thinks you have great taste in feminine hygiene products. I mean, that's what
Come on.
ladies look for in a guy, right? No, but would you like to go out with him again? We will pay for it.
Jared, I think that, coming out of this relationship, like you said, I think you need some time and maybe date a lot of women to kind of, get more comfortable. And
Melissa, that is a very nice way of saying hell no.
Yeah.
Tactful.
Jared, I'm sorry. I don't think Melissa wants to go out with you again. You got your
yeah,
answer.
No.
But at least you improved your dating skills, okay?
yeah.
Melissa, you sure you don't want to go out with him again? Think about this. If you guys did end up in a relationship, he might be the only dude on the planet who's happy to go buy that stuff for you.
I mean, I'll totally let him go buy them for me if he wants. I'm not going to date him, but I don't like buying them. So
Hey,
he can
Jared,
do it for me.
It has been sort of a successful second date update for you. There you go.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
It might seem